guys, Retro Tech Ralph here. It's upgrading time. You know the amount of stuff I've got in here. I've got plenty of different consoles and computers and stuff. I need to start upgrading, and thanks to Consoles Unlimited, I'm not sponsored by them, I basically bought some kits from them. But the first of these is going to be, if I can find it, that. Thank you very much for watching. Good night. Now, if you can't see what that is, this will be for the Sega Saturn. Now, this will be a region switch, a switchless region mod kit with an FRAM. Yeah, confusing for me as well. But what we're going to be doing is stripping this down, get inside here, there's a region mod, which is that part there, wired up, soldered up to wherever on the board. There's full instructions on the website anyway for Consoles Unlimited. And the FRAM, well, that little thing is going to be keeping my saved games when I play them. Instead of, we'd have either the memory card, or if it's stored in here, the battery backup, if that fails for any reason, would get rid of everything. Absolutely everything if that battery's not fully charged up. But this is my Saturn, my Japanese Saturn, which I modded before with the power supply. So this just needs a, I think it's a 12 volt. I hope it's a 12 volt in. If not, then we're going to find out pretty soon when it goes boom. But at the moment, I need to strip this one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Yeah. Haven't actually been in this for a while, to be honest. Works absolutely perfect. Got a few games for it, not many, but there are other mods I want to do for this, which for one is replacing that with an SD card or other alternatives for it. But for this mod, we're going to be doing the switchless region mod and the FRAM chip. So let me get into this. I wonder if they made that a different colour. Okay, probably matches the black on front there. Let me get into this and we'll have a look and see if this is actually difficult to do. Now with my Sega Saturn, with the Japanese version, there are 5 screws on the bottom, 1 screw on the back. Once I open this with the mod in place, the power mod, there's one little cable there which then will allow me to open up fully. Now I want to get rid of this fully anyway, so connector there, whittling off, connectors there, whittling out, there, whittling out, and here for the reset. Where's the power button? Here's the power button, whittling off. Take your time with them, nice and thin cables anyway, so easily breakable. So we don't want to do that. That's actually for the switch. Oh, okay. So you could pretend that it's always closed by putting those cables together. All right, ignore that. It's not what Sega wants you to do. Right, so that's out of the way. Then we get down to the heat shield. It doesn't look good, to be honest. It needs a bit of a thing with it. So let's start digging down further. So I need to get off there, there. Yeah, we need to do a lot more digging, and I need to get rid of that piece of plastic. That's really annoying me because the power supply on here. For this one, I got this backing part here, but I want something with a part on the bottom, so I'm going to order one of those. This video will take weeks to do anyway, or maybe hours, maybe a few minutes, I don't know, but I'm going to order one of those new bits to make it actually look better than what this is. So let's get stripping a bit further. Take that out of there, nice and steady. Nice and steady. And that was to come off as well to get the CD drive out. So I'll do more stripping while you just flick forward to the next part. Now we're down to the nitty-gritty of the Sega Saturn, the main board. Now my board on here is a VA0. If you have one, you will say there in the bottom left, VA0 CCI, whatever that means, and then the rest of the gubbins. So what we want for this is, here's the mod for it. Let me get you open. Shouldn't really be much to this. There's an LED to change for a tricolour LED. There's the FRAM, and there's the region kit, which looks easy enough to do. Consoles Unleashed. Okay. So, full instructions are on their website. which is good. Now to start off with, we've got the FRAM, which is here. According to this, Sega Saturn FRAM mod will replace the volatile SRAM chip inside the Saturn with a non-volatile FRAM. This will prevent the internal saves from being lost when the internal battery dies. Yes, this should be the same for all Saturn revisions, but it has not been verified yet. Right, so basically what I do is desolder the SRAM chip from the Sega Saturn mainboard. Either they've got a UPD, yeah, they've got different numbers on there, which we have not got a clue which mine is. Although, is it the chip? And somewhere it says a UPD, a UM, an SRM, LM, whatever. Solder the FRAM chip to replace it. So basically, you're looking for, on this board, there. That chip wants unsoldering and resoldering. According to this, it also says, do not solder pins 21 and 28 to the FRAM chip. Connect pin 22 to the ground port of the mainboard. Connect pin 28 to a different +5 volt supply on the mainboard, such as the neighbouring chip's 5 volt, which means absolutely nothing to me at the moment. So I will be going through their instructions. There's actually a picture on here of what needs to be done anyway, of this showing the board, which is exactly the same as this. That's zoomed in to there, to that. Yeah, those two, and the main chip down here. So they've actually got to zoom in of this area. The 9 volt, the 5 volt is from there. Pin 20. Yeah, the final part of this chip here. The ground will come from here. Pin 28 is the bottom left hand of this chip here. Pin 22 is halfway up on this side. So we will be going for this. So basically, to start with, I need to get desoldering. So this may destroy the board. Hope it won't, but I'm going to be using some flux and some solder just to loosen off the solder on here to try and get rid of everything, clean everything up, and then installing the right way around. Now there's a little bit of a notch inside here, but that wants to be pointing downwards, same as there's a notch already on there. Wish me luck. I'm going to get on with this now. Let's see if this actually is easy enough to do, or it's a case of go find somebody else to do it. But bear with us and we'll see what we can do. Surprisingly, success. Right, what I recommend is you use as much flux as you can. Use your soldering iron. Let me get you in a little bit actually, so you can't see anything from over there. Right, there's a chip, there's where it come from. I heated up every single one of these pins individually and put a little bit of pressure with a very thin pair of tweezers, and they will come off of the board one by one, just very slowly taking them off until they're all off, and there's your chip out. The chip, to be honest, if I can get you in focus, there she is. Now I was actually on about the numbers UPD 432 yada yada. This is the chip number of what this actually is. This is an SRM 20257LLM10. It actually says it upside down where that is there anyway, but hey ho, that's the RAM chip off the SRAM, or SRAM should we say. Now I like to keep things like this just in case, or just do a little bit of personal record of what things I've actually done. Not the upgrades, the upgrades can stay where they are, but keep the original stuff. So this will go in my nice little box of things I've done. I mean, yeah, fine, there's a load of capacitors in there, but this will go in there with them. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't actually break any of the any terminals. It could go straight back in. A little bit of bending back down again will go straight back into place. So it's not actually too bad. I'm going to clean up round here, get this out, get this ready to solder in place, but I'm going to put a little bit of more solder on these. There's actually not a single one of these that I've actually pulled off. So this isn't beginner's level soldering. This is kind of advanced, but you can do it if you just take your time. Got a bit of solder there for no reason. So I'm going to clean up round here, resolder more onto this, then get around to doing the new chip onto there, which then should be a case of cutting a few little bits and bats, and then we should be done. So give me another quick cut and we'll jump forward a little bit. Now I'm ready to solder back on. It does state that don't solder pins 22 and 28 to the board. So let me get you in. Now if you can look on here, that's 22, because it goes from that side down 1 to 14, 15 down to 28. 28 is this corner here, 22's there. Now I've bent them up a little bit so you can, well, so I can get access to it. Now can I show you? There you are. They're bent up so I can solder wires to them. So once that's there, apart from those two wires, they will not go anywhere. Now this says on here the 22 goes to a ground point, which is exactly here. And then a 5 volt goes from 28, which is here, all the way to the leg of this chip here. And that's it. And that's all you need to do. Now all I want to do now is make sure this is in the right place when I start soldering. So I'm going to need to turn the camera off, get on with this, because this really isn't going to be easy. I've got solder already on the pads as it is, so as long as I can get that lined up, solder at least one up. I don't think if that's level or not. It's not level on this side, but I will have to tinker, fettle and faff as much as I dare to. See, that doesn't look too bad. But I have got magnifying glass, and if you can see, there we go, that's even better. It's not lined up properly on the left. So, while I've got you there, and it's wobbling. This is the problem with this magnifying glass. It's good, but it's not that good. Come on. Damn it. Nope. No, that's not. Ooh, that's good. Actually, it's a little bit over. It must be more over that side, doesn't it? Can't even see what I'm doing. This isn't easy, this, putting us on camera. Alright. So I'm not actually looking at the chip, I'm just looking at the camera for filming this. So yeah, try and get them as lined up as best you can, solder in place, and off you go. That's not good on that side. Yeah. Gonna have a quick cut here now anyway, to get into doing this without. Ooh, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get. So I'll try and solder this pin in here, and maybe the one at the bottom corner. That keeps this all in one place, and then we should be able to do the rest, apart from obviously 22 and 28. So quick cut, and I'll get on with that, and then we'll do the patch wires afterwards. Okay, new chip in place. Now it's not actually too bad. I mean, I'm a little bit too far over that way, but everything seems to be on and not touching anything else. Now I need to do this part here to the negative, and this part here to this end leg here with some, don't be too thick a wire, just a nice thin bit, and I'll bit of fiddly trying to do this anyway, but yeah, give me 5 minutes, we'll get this one done. That was tricky. The thing with it is the chip is not much bigger than my finger. With the patch wires there and there, it's difficult to do. So let me get you in closer just to get your inspection. I have to clean up a little bit of flux on here. Do use as much flux as you can. Try to be as neat as possible. There's my finger, and that's the size. So you're talking really small solder in here. So that is the FRAM complete. Now I don't think you've got to cut any traces on the board at all. So it looks like we should be fine. I mean, it looks like it's just, yeah, just don't solder up 2 of those and off you go. And then put to the ground and then to the 5 volts. So all being well, that should be done. But we have the other one to do, the other mod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video there for a bit. This will be a mod for this, but that's just for the FRAM mod anyway, and I'll come back with a second part to this and do the other mod. So, with all that in mind, done, sorted. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me in part 2. Like and subscribe, and follow me on social media, and I'll see you in the next part of this video. Bye for now.